I expected us at tea.
It grows as the show goes on. Jimmy, how do you like the new label?
Sex God, you mean?
Yeah.
I can live with it. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? Why not?
Yeah. You've earned it. You've worked at it.
No, but I'll take it.
Well, tell Richard Gere that.
My attitude is that there are all shapes and sizes of people out there, so they can have their sex symbols in all shapes and sizes too. That's the way I look at it.
Fair enough. Now, Detective Sergeant Freddie Spender is, of course, a sort of very dirty Harry, isn't he? He's your own creation.
I based it on a kind of... I wanted to try and create a character from the kind of guys you saw in the old Westerns who had those kind of old Western values, you know. The quiet guy who comes back to clean up the town.
Well, you're looking more like James Stewart than you used to, certainly. You are a new man.
Thanks, man. He's about 89.
It's the voice. It's the voice, yes.
Yeah.
You are a new man physically. What have you been doing?
I'm a changed man. What have I been doing? Well, what do you mean, the weight and things?
Yeah.
Well, I just decided that I was too heavy, too loud, too everything, you know. There wasn't any discipline and self-discipline involved in my life. So I decided to get fit, stop drinking, did a lot of exercise, you know, just tried to get my life together, make it more positive and go forward.
Hasn't made life less fun.
Yes. Of course it has, but you know, you can't have everything, can you? I'm a tea drinker now, for goodness sake. Hey, come round to my place, we'll have tea. Yeah.
Oz was a wonderful, lovable slob, wasn't he, in Auf Wiedersehen, Pet?
Yeah, it was a fantastic part. 10 million to one chance. Yeah.
But your background to it, I mean, you weren't a trained actor who went along excited about the audition.
No, I was press ganged into going by Miriam, my missus. She said, go along, you never know where it could lead. Look where it's led. The Aspel show. Yes, is that a good thing?
And you're drinking tea as well, it's...
Yeah, well, the drinking had to stop, it was terrible.
You were Oz, were you? You were living that part.
I was worse. Can you imagine it? I was worse.
What did you drink?
I had to tone it down for TV. It wasn't so much what I was drinking, it was probably the amount of what I was drinking. You know, I just like to drink, you know, and then another one. But it doesn't go with being I've got a couple of kids now. It's all right when you're single and you can go a bit crazy, but I'm a family man now, you know, steady family, tea-drinking man now. I sound like Cliff Richard, don't I?
Now, what about at school? What plans did you have, if any, as a kid?
Didn't have any, just to escape, man. I think that's what I wanted to do from school. And they helped me along, they expelled me. So we must have been, looking back on it, we must have been in tune somewhere because I wanted to go and they wanted me out, so... No, I wanted to be an English teacher because my sister had been an English teacher. And I was fascinated by words. And I wanted to be an English teacher, but I was told by the careers officer... Got my own bag, didn't I? I was told by the careers officer that all that was cut out for the likes of me was either the pit, the shipyards or the building site, and that I'd better get used to that. I didn't like the sound of that, any of them. So I went a bit off the rails from there. I was very disappointed with my career advice anyway.
Is it true you had a term in prison as well? And what did you do to get... What happened?
Yeah, I had a fight, 23, you know, young and crazy. Had a fight. Punched a guy, got 6 months for grievous bodily harm. It happens, you know. But you try and learn from it. I'm not particularly proud of any of that. You know, hurting people physically, it's a bad thing to do. I realise that now. I didn't then. It was fun then. But thankfully you can move forward and change. And hopefully I have.
What about your spell with the rock band? What was your style? What was the band called?
Style. It couldn't be called style. That's not fair. It was a kind of assault. Basically what happened was that to make up for the mediocre goings-on behind me, I used to try and take the onus off the guys and bring it to me, because what was going on behind was usually the result of 10 or 11 pints of beer. So it wasn't really tight. I'm sure Alice knows all about those things. So I used to get up to some fun, you know, just try and break the monotony by wearing dresses and things. As you do. As you do.
Well, speak for yourself.
Just a normal rhythm and blues combo.
What about the music? You're still keen?
Yeah, I've spent a year working on an album. You know, it's difficult with music when you're an actor, simply because people expect it to be a cash-in job. You know, here's another actor knocking a song out, and it's very difficult to have any credibility with it. But I think this stands up on its own. I hope it does. It's sounding good. Who am I to say that? You know, the people will decide. But I think it's all right.
Tell me about America, because you went there to...
Big.
Well?
It's that way.
You're right, there's a lot of it. You were on the left-hand side, weren't you? With Ian
West Coast.
Yeah, with Ian Lefrene. This was to do with Spender, when you were getting that together.
Yeah.
You were there for how long?
A year.
What was it like, and how did you respond? I mean, you're a gritty realist. What was America like for you?
Yeah, but I can go with the flow, you know. Hi, I'm Jimmy. Yeah, you know, that's no problem. I mean, I didn't stomp around like Oz. I had more sense than that. It was fine. I loved it. If you've grown up in a northern climate, you know, northern English climate where it rains all the time, it's a dream to be in California. So many people badmouth the Americans, you know, and, oh, have a nice day and that, but most of them mean it, I've found, when they say it, because they didn't know me from Adam. I was just another Jew on the street.
Could they understand you? I mean,
yeah, well, that's what
have
I
a
say.
nice day in Geordie. Have a nice day. I mean, did they understand?
Canny, I suppose it would be. Canny. Yeah, I didn't have any problems. You just cut your cloth accordingly, you know.
Did you meet the stars?
Met quite a lot of them, yeah. Met Jack Nicholson one night. That was rather embarrassing. Now, normally it wouldn't bother me, but, you know, Jack's a fairly big star. And I've wanted to meet him for a long time. So we stood there. And my friend Guy, who'd introduced us, then shot off to the bar, which was a real favour. So we stood there, and I look at Jack and said, hi, Jack, and how's it going? He says, yeah, it's going okay, Jimmy. How's it going with you? And then I say, well, hey, Jack, it's going okay with me too. And he says, oh, well, that's okay then. And I look at him and say, yeah, that's okay, isn't it? And then I said something with a swear word in it that I don't know if I can repeat.
Yeah.
But
I can bleep it. Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Well, I looked at Jack and said, well, that's that, isn't it? And he said, and he looked at me and he raised one of those eyebrows, you know. And then he said, I beg your pardon? And I thought, my God, I've upset the most powerful man in Hollywood. I've been here for a fortnight and I'm going to be shot, you know, I'm going to be dead. And I tried to explain that it was my terribly English way of trying to make a joke and make light of an awkward situation. But then Guy came back with a drink, so it was all right. But that was my moment. It went on a bit from there, but I would probably get myself and Jack arrested if I continued with that story.
You and Jack are like that now?
No, we're like that now.
Oh. Right.
To be fair.